So I want to be perfectly clear with what I'm doing here. I'm like, it seems like was originally creating some of my blogs for this consciousness that's within the raw food movement, and I'll tell you, I'm bored stiff of watching recipe videos and all that kind of crap, and it's just where I'm at, because I'm trying to detach myself from the whole emotional world of eating. You don't see a lot of recipe videos from me because I'm for the most part, I'm liquidarian. I eat I eat whatever I crave. I really don't have a wide, I'm not eating out of the dehydrator, pizza and all that kind of stuff. I wound up getting to spend the whole afternoon with Truth. We went to Whole Foods. We were going to make chicken tartar from just buying the products, and then in LA, a lot of the big Whole Foods and Air One and all that, they have all these picnic benches and stuff outside, because I guess in Los Angeles a lot of people are always on the run. I don't know about that. I eat in this house pretty much all the time in that kitchen. Like I don't eat out at all. So walking through Whole Foods, hooked up the chicken. We got raw, ground, free-range organic chicken, 1 pound, 3 Roma tomatoes, 2 bunches of cilantro, a lime, and red onions, and olive oil. Really good olive oil. And I don't really have too much olive oil. I asked Truth about the olive oil. He said it's just kind of something he does in that, because olive oil is heavy in the omega-6 thing. And so I am getting my omega-3, omega-6, omega-9 proportions proper, in the sense of that I'm taking coconut butter, I'm taking Budo 369, I'm taking the fish oils and all that stuff, so a little bit of olive oil is not going to hurt. And as I said, I was kind of on an adventure in LA. I don't purchase olive oil anymore. I love the taste of it, but it's just not, and I'm really trying to cut out a lot of this stuff. So anyways, we got the ground chicken, went outside, sat at the table. Truth had a pocket knife with him. Cut up all the stuff, basically took the chicken, cut it in half, put it into 2 paper soup cups that were at the soup bar. Tomatoes, onions, cilantro, olive oil, lime, mixed it all up really good. I didn't know what I was in store for. I knew I wanted to try it though. And again, fuck all you vegan Nazis that have shit to say to me. I don't fucking care what you say. I'm doing my thing. That's that. And it's like, I'm tired of your dogma. I'm tired of people that want a magic pill to do one thing. I'll tell you, 45, 46, I've been a vegan raw foodist all my life, and I love chicken tartar. I really expected that to sit heavy in me. I ate it, tasted so good, and really, really good, and it is not heavy in you, and at all. I mean, I ate a half-pound chicken, and raw. And it was kind of funny, this woman was out watching us do that, and she had to come out and say something about it. And I don't know, I guess Truth kind of does that a lot with the raw meat, and gets a lot of, he was rather aggravated with the fact that we were, that she was like sort of pestering us. So anyways, you know, we ate, and it was good, and I loved it, and I'm gonna probably start doing that once a week, you know, and it's really good for me and my partner as well, because we're back together, we're kind of happy, and he is not a raw foodist. He loves the path that I'm on, but just me starting to eat meat is allowing me to bond with my partner, and you know, we can do stuff where we do something like that, and he throws that raw meat into the pan, and I eat my thing, and you know, eating food together is great. And you know, so anyways, as I sat there eating all that, we talked a lot, and I'm pretty amazed with the similar upbringings that Truth and I have had. I was very, very free as a kid. It's kind of why I'm allowed in my paradigm, or why the roads that I've taken have allowed me to be a free thinker, and to not, you know, and to really have no problem with manifesting what I want, and to realize that I am God. We are God. All of us are God. And a lot of people have been trained to be slaves, and they really don't want to empower themselves. As much as they talk about it, they can't do it because they've been slammed on. You know, it's like the Pink Floyd song, Another Brick in the Wall. You know, we don't need no education, we don't need no thought control, you know, all of that. The whole society, and it goes back, it's like, and perhaps this is some of this Illuminati conspiracy shit, where it's just like, going back in our generations, a lot of us have this cell memory where we don't feel like we're divine, you know, where we're allowed this. And I can tell you, since I've become very conscious of this and force is not a good word, purposely directing and realizing that I have God consciousness. And I realize this as I've looked back at my whole life with just this year of where I've been, of trying to understand all of this, because the diet's great, but really the connection is up here in your brain. And you know, so I realized that I've always had this freedom in myself, and I looked back at my life and saw that everything that I've ever wanted has happened, and I never realized that. It was just a part of my routine. And I have to tell you, when I discovered people that had HIV, you know, because I lived very isolated. I've like this area where I grew up. It's kind of this the metro sprawl has come into this rural area where I live, and so I haven't really wasn't exposed to a lot of stuff. And as I met people who had HIV and were dying of HIV when I was 23 and 24, it seems like I almost attracted that. Like I felt like I was going to get HIV and I was going to beat it. And I had talked to Truth, and he had talked about writing a book about beating HIV, and I may do something like that pretty soon. But I'm working on my personal goals right now. I got over HIV, working on my music, and I just want to tell y'all, I got an amazing gift to get to spend. I spent 6 or 7 hours with Truth, just hanging out, talking, really getting inside somebody that's completely amazing. So that's it. Keith had chicken tartar, broke the vegan thing, and likely going to stick with it for a little while to see how I feel. The night I arrived home, to an hour-and-a-half drive, back from LA, back to my mountain home, and I've taken all the herbs that I take before. I think I really got a protein rush because that night I was up till 4 in the morning, and I felt really good, really good having that. So I'm sure we're going to wind up getting into the ethical thing. I felt like I knew Truth eats meat and raw meat and stuff, and so I want to ask him about the ethical thing, like what his take on it is. And I already know right away, it's like his thing is he's just like sick of this whole dogma thing, and I am too. So like I said, up here it says beyond raw food, so I'm trying to move beyond what I originally learned. I've been doing this for 25 years, and so again, fuck you vegan Nazis. I'm doing what I want to do. Don't waste your time putting comments up here. This is for information. This is Keith saying beyond raw food. I guess I'm not much of a vegan. It's kind of funny that I just posted a video day before saying that my basis of my diet is vegan. It still really is, and I'm going to eat some raw chicken every now and then. Later on. Hey, this is Keith one more time. In editing and checking over this last video I did, I realized I forgot a major important ingredient in the chicken tartar, and that is royal jelly, because that gets rid of all the possibility of bacteria and all that stuff.